What's up, everyone? Oh, who's starting it? Who the fuck's starting it? You fuck! I thought you didn't like it.
We never truly decide. It's just normally.
Okay, well then you start it because you never start it for the most part.
Welcome everybody back to another episode of Turnbuckle Talk with myself and Josh. Josh, I hope you had a fantastic start to your week, man.
It's been pretty solid. So if you've seen my like last few weeks, I've been having issues with VPN, specifically ExpressVPN. I'm not the only one having that issue. At least I found one other person, one of my actual mods, has been having the same issue. So today, when I was trying to go live for NXT, or before, I was bouncing around on different servers on ExpressVPN. I was going from Montreal to Vancouver to Toronto, and all of them. Anytime I'd go to Netflix, it'd be like, we detect you're using a VPN or proxy. And this was before my stream today. So I was a little late, and I finally ended up getting like London, I think, is where it started working. But then it was like really pixelated when NXT started, like really pixelated. And then eventually they hit me with the, we detect you're using a VPN or proxy. And I was like, what the fuck? And it didn't, I tried like at least 4 different countries and it kept telling me that. And the ones that did work were really like slow and pixelated. So I bit the bullet midstream after it. So I like missed like the first 30-ish minutes of NXT. So I got NordVPN during the stream. Was able to somehow get it to fucking only affect one thing. For the most part, it fucked up. I couldn't access Twitch dashboard no matter what browser I used. It was weird. And it took away one of my abilities to see Twitch chat, but I have like 5 different ways to do that, so it didn't really matter. So, I don't know. Well, I have to keep fucking with Nord, but I was so annoyed, so I missed a lot of the beginning. Like, I feel like the first hour, because then I didn't get invested until the second hour, because then I got all sucked out with all my technical woes. And again, in Colorado, it's not like, oh, just watch on CW. Where I live in Colorado, we don't get the East Coast feed. They give us the West Coast feed, which for us is an hour delay. So we don't get NXT until 7 p.m. my time, which is an hour after it starts for everyone on the East Coast, an hour after I'd be live already. It was fine when it was on USA Network. I didn't have to worry about it because they gave us the West Coast or the East Coast feed.
Yeah.
So it had no issue because they actually gave us the option to watch it on the USA site. Now that it's on CW, they don't have that option for me. And it's so frustrating. I hate fucking CW because of that. Like, I'm sure they're a great network. I mean, WWE's been on there in the past for when it was UPN and shit. But it's just so frustrating. Like, for someone that doesn't live on the East Coast to try to watch NXT live.
Yeah, and I think that's what I like. A lot of people in my chat, my community, they're from the West Coast, so they can't watch it till it's like 10 o'clock here on the East Coast, and
That's ridiculous.
They hate it, and so I was like, the only way I know to fix that if you want to watch it is a VPN.
And the fact that Express, like, I've been using it for a while, even like before, like, I'd say the move to Netflix. I had been using Netflix in the past for like AEW pay-per-views, and I've had great success. And that was obviously when before Triller really like decided to figure out fees to add on top. Even that now is not really that viable. Like, you have to buy a VPN if you want a discount for AEW pay-per-views, right? So $20 usually is what it is. But most of the time now, they bundle it with their AEW Plus, which has now shot up to like 9-something American, which used to be like $5.99. So now you're paying $30 plus your VPN. You know what I'm saying? So you're already paying like $40. You're really needing to use that anymore? Like at that point, $10. I mean, it's $10. I get it, but like, fuck.
Oh yeah, they're gonna find a way to get. I feel like they're eventually gonna find a way to crack down on a lot of the V.
Which is funny since we've talked about this when Stephanie herself literally advertised Surfshark right at like what was the ESPN debut back in September. Yeah.
And then they took, and I don't know if they just Peacock for Saturday night's main event, but like wasn't internationally. It wasn't on Netflix this time. It was on YouTube.
So no, none of the Saturday Night main events have never been on Netflix. So they've always been on YouTube, even from when that started last year.
Okay.
At the end of 2024. So that was an NBC deal. So Saturday Night's main event has always been on NBC, like when it was Saturday Night's main event, because they made that little show Main Event based off of it. But Saturday Night's main event back in the 80s was on NBC, and then they brought it back in the 2000s, mid 2000s, and then eventually kind of like that only lasted like 2 years. And so it's kind of followed the trend of like they bring it back and then it kind of just trails off. So this is the third like iteration of the NBC, but now it's just on Peacock, which is great because fuck the commercials. Like we talked about on Saturday, that was so much more enjoyable without the matches being cut for commercials.
I enjoyed it.
But yeah, so if they do start cracking down on VPNs, bro, that's some bullshit because the only thing that makes it is that I'd have to decide, do I even want to go through the trouble? Because then when I even do watch on a third-party website, an illegal website to stream NXT, for some reason, it starts doing the audio crackling. And what makes this more difficult is I'm a content creator. I've been doing reactions since 2020. And I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like I need to expand more, which is why we've been doing the podcast with you. It's why I hit you up to do podcasts. I'm trying to get more content outside of the reaction game. And I've always thought you'd be great because after meeting you and stuff like that, it would be great to talk wrestling. And we ended up working out really well. Point being, I feel like if they do that, I'm gonna have to make the decision. Do I even watch NXT on Tuesdays then if I can't use a VPN to watch it live? Because then I can't react to it on Twitch or anything. I'd have to just post reactions. I'd have to just sit by myself and wait. And, you know what I mean? And that's fine. But like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather enjoy it live.
I will say there's I don't think there's as many people that actually watch NXT because of that
No,
issue.
yeah.
Like
I think you're right.
not just being a content
Well, if
creator,
they
but like
do, they just, I mean, I feel like there's probably people who don't even realize that it's not live in their area.
Hmm.
Unless they're as on Wrestle Talk or some type of IWC, you know, on the internet, then they'll know. Yeah, oh shit, you know, I'm not watching it live with everyone else already talking about it. But no, I'm pretty sure there's this large segment of the audience that don't know they're not watching it live because they're not on the internet regularly, you know. But I feel like if you're watching NXT, you are a part of the IWC in some form.
Yeah, because you're not gonna watch the smaller show per se, the developmental show, I guess.
Yeah,
If
100%. So I'm ready for this bullshit to be all on one platform. We've talked about this, I think, a lot lately. But like, that's why I use a VPN because it's all on one platform for people outside of America. But here in America, it's so spread out and it's just so frustrating. And it's not even just in the wrestling world. It's happening across all of streaming and television right now with NFL, specifically on YouTube TV with the dispute with Disney. So all the Disney channels are off ESPN, are off YouTube TV right now. So people can even like watch Monday Night Football. Even fucking JJ Watt tweeted about this. It's like, I ain't gonna pay for another fucking streaming service. And he's a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Retired football player, you know, made like over $100 million in his career. And he's bitching about this. Like, this is ridiculous how spread across everything is. Amazon, fucking Netflix, ABC, NBC, ESPN, you know, and that's just football. And it's the same for WWE here in the States. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like everyone wants their piece of the money. Can't just find the equal ground to
That's
work
what it is.
together. It's
That's what it is. Everyone wants money.
everybody's money hungry at the moment.
It's money hungry. TKO, and this has been said by so many people in so many different ways. But TKO is obviously money hungry.
Oh yeah.
And more so than Vince was. And like it's been talked out again a lot. And one thing that we'll all say about Vince is he priced more towards the family, more towards his demographic, which was the mid-income family, you know. So and it's working, unfortunately, the fact that they're outpricing them and they're still setting records, you know, which is another thing that we've talked about, which I hate that's like a lot of fans now because WWE talks about it so much that that's what the WWE fans tend to end up caring about, at least the hardcore fans, the WWE fans. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, like happy for them, but rich just get richer, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, and cool that they did that for themselves, but fuck, man, screwing over a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, like you still see the families there. You still see the people with their kids, and we see it. We watch it every single day, but like it's starting to become to where people are like waiting last minute, where when they drop
Well,
the ticket.
and then there's, I mean, obviously, like Cena's Raw this Monday, like 13,000, 14,000 tickets sold according to WrestleTix or somewhere around that. But like this previous Raw was in a smaller arena. I feel like they've been going to a bit, and not like super small, but like they're going to medium-sized arenas right now. And it's obviously, you know, the holidays, so that's gonna play a factor in probably ticket sales and stuff this time of year, I would feel like. But at the end of the day, it's like Are they going to continue to just keep outpricing people, and then eventually we're going to see ticket sales decrease and them going back to these medium-sized arenas more often than not? Like, this is just getting ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, and at that point, the people are gonna, and we both see it online. People will dog and talk absolute trash about AEW doing small venues and not having the big numbers and all that. But like, when you can fill out the smaller venues for your main shows, and then have the big ones sell out arenas, shows.
Yep. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Give it another year and see where they're at. Who knows? Maybe they'll have another boom when it comes to their creative, because I feel like that's obviously going to be playing a big part. So unfortunate news though to talk about before we get into Raw and NXT. Ridge Holland tweeted out today. So obviously he got released right after he got injured in the match against Moose in TNA, and he hurt his leg, and so he tweeted out today. Excuse me, one second. He said, "I never thought I'd not be able to pay my mortgage. I feel like I've just been hung out to dry after getting injured, working for another company on behalf of WWE. Add to that my contract not being renewed, knowing that I wouldn't be able to wrestle for 7 months. This is brutal. Yes, they are taking care of my surgery and physical therapy. But let's be honest, that's the bare minimum after what we sacrificed for that company. Plus the possibility of having to get my neck fused too. Talk about getting totally fucked." So that is from the former Ridge Holland. Tweeted that out today. That is insane. So yeah, like that's what sucks about not having a union in pro wrestling, is like when you get released from this company. And then what makes this one even worse is it wasn't like a WWE match. He was working in TNA for a full another company in a partnership, which I'm sure he's getting paid for and whatnot. But at the end of the day, that was like, he didn't sign the WWE to work in TNA, at the time he signed with the company, and that's where he got hurt. And he's suffered injuries before, but the fact that that's where he got hurt, and then not too long after he gets told, like, hey, your contract's coming up, we're not renewing it. And so now he can't even work because, A, he can't really probably walk properly at this point. So it's cool that they're covering that, but like, yeah, that's the bare minimum. Like, how can you fuck over someone so bad? Why not keep him, sign a short extension until he's healed, and then be like, you know what, this isn't working out. Or at least promise him something. Now he's gonna probably have to create a GoFundMe, which I'm sure people will help and whatever. But that's ridiculous.
It is. It's kind of like what we're seeing them do. It's in a sense like what they did with Andrade. Now they've slapped him with this year probation, basically. Hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. And hey, we know you broke your leg, but we'll help you with surgery and help you with
Or whatever
paying
it
for,
was, yeah.
yeah. And but not, we don't care about the light staying on. That's it.
And of course, now he's having the issue with his neck. So I'm assuming, obviously, that was through the years build up of wrestling. And since he's not under WWE, they're not going to take care of that, because he got fully injured for was the leg. So they're not, that neck fusion's all on him now too.
That I don't. I don't know what's happened with like. Of course, we don't know the side of it, but like medical side of us helping them contract. Even if you know about it, you should still get the help even afterward. If they don't.
Yeah, I
So
feel like it's probably a legal gray area with not like getting fired, but your contract expiring. So like they fulfilled their side, you fulfilled your side. You know what I mean? So when it came to that part of the injury, whatever was in the clause or their contract for injuries, sure, there's wording in there for like, hey, getting released or whatever, and then just it's the bare minimum, like Ridge said. So it's unfortunate. So I don't know, man. Especially with a company that's touting record-breaking numbers right now. You know what I mean? It's so stupid.
it
Yeah.
doesn't look good, but well, I mean, we can talk about it all day long. They're the ones that made it, fortunately.
And I even feel like with Backlash, it wouldn't even be enough. Like,
No,
I feel like TKO, Endeavor, they just don't give a fuck.
I
They don't
mean,
give a fuck. They're greedier than Vince ever was, which is crazy.
got another, and then you got someone on the other side of the field that will pay for someone to go to school. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, someone asked in the chat, do we feel that they'll see them selling out for John Cena's final match in December? 100%. That's a guarantee. It's John Cena's final match. It's already like 13,000 or something with only that being announced for that show next month. That's crazy.
I mean, you, gosh, I even think they've modified the Titantron again to where it's shorter than normal. Even like how they normally do. I think they make it a
Oh,
little
probably
smaller.
like they
Yeah.
did recently. Yeah, there was one like that recently. Um, but yeah, no, I have not seen it. Also, there was asking if there are any updates on Piper. No, nothing on Piper at all.
So still just
Um,
what we know about her neck.
so I say we jump into NXT first since that was tonight. So again, I did have issues. So I did miss the full 6-woman tag match. I did see the laying Lee thing, but I didn't really focus because I was still trying to make sure everything was working. Um, yeah. So we'll just go through it and I'll just give my thoughts on everything I did see. So,
Okay, that works.
all right. So again, like I did say, we started with the 6-woman tag match. I'll kind of let you just go ahead and take the reins on that because I missed the whole thing.
So in the 6-woman tag, this was another great match for Izzy and Tatum. Of course, they were tag partners with Lola Vice, who we seen last week go up against Tatum. But we actually got to see Fatal Influence is still on momentum as a trios right now. And I think we've seen a lot from, I think her name's Lainey Reed in this one as well. She got a lot of more in ring action, which I thought was great because we haven't really seen her but maybe once or twice before she hurt her ankle. The main seller point for this for me though was that how we talked about last week, Izzy seemed like she was trying to persuade Paxley into giving her a title shot. Or that's what we seen
Yeah.
with the culling. She took the bullet and took the I can't remember exactly what JC Jane's finisher's called, but she took that spinning encore or the encore, whatever it's called,
Yeah.
and took the pinfall. So I'm still kind of now I'm like, are they not wanting to go in that direction because she saved Tatum from getting hit with the
I'm
encore?
sure they are. I feel like it'll lead to it. This classic slow build.
I mean, yeah, more than likely, but it was interesting because set up perfectly, and she just throws her out of the way, and then takes the pin.
Well, I did see later on that there was like a backstage segment, and like Tatum was like, "It's all my fault. We lost that 6-woman tag," and yeah. And they were like, "No, calm down. We got to keep this title in the calling for a long time," or something like that, as he said.
Yeah, that was backstage segment. They keep it in the calling for a long time. Yeah, I want to keep it in here forever. And then she was like, "But I got one more thing I need to take care of."
Yeah, and then she walked away. And we
Yeah,
don't know what that led to because it never. We'll find out next week, next Tuesday on NXT. Anyway, um, so interesting though. So we'll see where that leads to. Obviously, it's going to lead to Tatum leaving the calling eventually.
I would say that.
It says here we had a backstage promo with Los Americanos in Spanish, exploring the NXT
Yes,
locker room.
which was
They
very
run into
good.
Josh Briggs. So I'll let you take over because I didn't see this either.
So I cannot remember everything that the Americanos was saying. Basically, he was talking about El Grande was like, "This is my locker room. What is this trash laying around?" That was he's picking up bags and stuff, and it happened to be Briggs' stuff. And Briggs got in his face and said, "You know, I don't care that you got Jasper Troy next week. You know, you ain't really went up against me. You're fighting up against a newcomer. You ain't really fighting
Yeah,
someone who's like a vet in it." And so he
that's what
challenged
set
him
up that
to a
match.
match. Yeah, him just calling the locker room trash and that he doesn't have his own private room. Everyone in there was trash, basically.
Classic heel stuff. So after that, we had a promo from Lee talking about Kalani bringing shame to the Knockouts division title and vowing to bring honor back to the title. I didn't see that either. So apparently that happened.
Yeah, she was just backstage kick. I don't think she was backstage. She's probably in her training facility, kickboxing, on a punch bag. Said it was a disgrace how Kalani used the title on Jordan Grace, and he was basically coming for the title. It was nothing big. It was just her training and then a short little promo.
So after that, we have Ren QCC. So Ren Sinclair's backstage with Kendall Gray. They're talking about her win last week against Lash Legend. Says that she's going to win the tournament match tonight and the speed title. And Carmen Petrovic and Tyra May still are cheering her on. But then Kalani Jordan appears, tells them that she used to be like them, but they really need to hear what she has to say. And that leads to Kalani coming out to the ring. She says that she did she says last week she did everything she could to keep the Knockouts title by any means necessary. You could say it was a bit out of character for a champ, but as the crowd boos her, she asks why the crowd cheers Dominic for cheating and they still cheer for Cody Rhodes after he uses his belt against Drew, but everyone has a problem with her. Not wrong. I have brought this up though in general. So I think I don't know if I brought this up on Saturday, but I was getting a lot of comments. I think it was probably Sunday. I noticed these. A lot of comments on Facebook on the Cody, I guess everywhere, and Drew match. And people saying it doesn't matter that Cody used the belt because Drew brought it in. That's not how cheating works.
That's not how cheating.
So yes, Drew tried to cheat. Yes, we all saw that. He did not successfully cheat though. He tried. He missed, never connected with the belt, but he tried. He attempted to, like leaving the belt in the ring, and he tried again when Cody ended up DDTing on him, on the belt. And again, there is an argument there if Cody knew the belt was there or not. There is one there. There's an argument there for that if he saw it or not. I believe he did. I believe he knew it was there when he saw Drew getting it when he went to go grab him for the DDT. Yada yada yada. So what cheating is using a weapon, knowingly using a weapon successfully to help you win a match in a match that doesn't allow you to use weapons. Cody did that.
100%.
And I believe he knowingly used it. Did he didn't pick it up and hit him with it? No. But point being, I get what Kalani's saying here. I feel like she probably got more flack than any of the three matches that she brought up with Dom, and everyone cheers Dom, everyone cheers Cody. There was some boos. I brought it up Saturday, but yeah, she's got a good point here. So at the end of the day, she cheated. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if people have a problem with it or not. You cheated. She ends up talking about she complains that Lola Vice going to AAA gets her nothing but love, but she goes to TNA and she gets hated on. It's because so my thing is I think it's because she was the team captain for TNA when Trick, who was a TNA champion, decided to still stay on Team NXT. I think that, but I also get where Kalani's coming from, why she chose that. She felt like she was a TNA Knockout champion. She had to represent it for TNA. I get it. But I also do love this slow heel turn they're doing with her here. Because she's been babyface for quite a while. So and I feel like she might flourish really well as a heel.
Been a face majority of her time in NXT.
Yeah, and I hate to say this, but one of the most boring matches I've ever seen live was Kalani Jordan versus Wendy Chu at last year's No Mercy in 2024. So like, and that's not. I'm not just saying like overall she needs a character change because of that match. I'm just saying I feel like she's been stuck in that same purgatory since then. Even though she's now TNA Knockouts champion, obviously she's had the North American title reign. Like she's good, but like personality wise, she needs that next level. Yeah. So I'm hoping that this whole promo is leading to that, and it obviously is.
I feel like they've been slowly, and you talk about slow turns and slow builds. Ever since she lost the Women's North American, I have seen a change in character, her attitude, demeanor in the locker room when they do backstage segments. It slowly changed, and now we're here where she's almost full heel, starting to get the heavy boos like you would have seen like early Dom get, or really.
Yeah, this crowd was pretty brutal during this promo. They were like booing her, telling her to leave and stuff
it
like
was
that. Like they were just chanting whatever. Like they were just saying nonsense the whole time.
It was rough for her, but she's getting the heel heat you would want to see, and it's working.
I enjoyed this promo from her personally. She had a lot of good points into it that made a lot of sense.
Good.
So after that, we have OTM being interviewed backstage. I did not see this. I think this is when I was like getting the VPN working, but I was trying to figure it out, all the settings, so I was like cutting in and out. So I don't remember this, but apparently they are interviewed.
Yeah.
And they said they're not chasing dreams. They're taking it and they're coming for everybody in that locker room and stepping on every foot that gets in their way. They don't have to yell anymore. They've learned to speak volumes with the whisper that they are the silence that shakes the room. That's actually cool. I like that.
And
Apparently, Chase, you roll up and are like, "What's up, bitch?" No, okay, wait, what?
they and when they said that, the silence that's like loud in the room, they got real close and in the camera, like started with
Oh, okay.
to
Give
make
the
really
effect of it.
emphasis, on that.
Interesting. So it says Kel Dixon and your Connor's rope say that they haven't forgotten what happened about them interfering and talk trash about Andre. And talk some trash, and Andre Chase rolls up to ask if they're really thinking pissing OTM off is the move, and if they listen to a single word he said. And that's true. So again, I missed this promo, but this whole new iteration of Chase U has been Kale and Uriah barely listening to Andre.
Yeah, it is completely different from what we have seen.
Yeah, this iteration has been very. I'm waiting for them to like bring someone in that starts winning for them, that changes them around or something.
And I think, well, I don't know who it actually would. I don't think there is anybody.
I don't know. It'd probably be someone just down in the PC that they'd end up bringing up or something.
Yeah,
Or
possibly.
maybe one of the LFG talent eventually. I didn't watch LFG season 2, so I don't know. But
I can't
yeah,
remember who won.
I don't know.
Fun fact, real quick. Do you know Uriah is the brother of David Finlay?
I did. Yeah, I always
Did.
forget about that, but I did know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that out like tonight actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because I figured
So
because like his way he was talking, it kind of reminded me of somebody else I'd heard. So I started looking into it, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Did not know that that's what that was.
yeah,
Them two being
and here he is
brothers.
in Chase U, and his brother is fucking killing it in New Japan,
Yeah.
and his dad's a fucking legend.
Hopefully it changes.
So after that, we get Al Grande versus Josh Briggs. I felt like this is where I was still kind of tinkering around, but I did catch the end of the match. Um, I just hate that Tyler Bate, and it's funny because I feel this way more about them than I do about Ludwig. I hate Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne are regulated to this. I know Pete Dunne's been doing more producing behind the scenes too, but like they're so young. They're in their 20s still. Like like the whole NXT UK shit. Like when they first did the
Yeah.
tournament and crowned the champion, they were like 19 and like 22. Like they were
Mhm.
so young, and they still are. But it's like, damn, like you would feel like at this point they'd be fucking upper mid carders or top of that tag division. And nope. They're
Well,
doing this El Grande Americano shtick, which is funny at moments. I will admit I enjoy it. But like, fuck man. Like if this is the way to get them on TV, then sure. But do we really have to go to this level?
I think the reason we got Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates in this is because when Chad got hurt, I think the Creed
It was gonna be
brothers,
American made, yeah.
yeah, the Creed brothers were supposed to step in, be Bravo and Ryo, but now they're disappeared, and I don't know
Yeah.
where the hell
Yeah,
they've
they're
been.
gone. They're gone. And it was like what I was saying on Saturday. We need the Lucha Brothers to help reinvigorate that Monday Night Raw tag division, and we need the Creed Brothers back. Like, and we need the fucking titles defended, which I mean they just were, thankfully, which we'll get into as well. But fuck, man, like,
Like I'm hoping at some point they get,
I'm just over this
they get
Grande stuff.
demasked at some point and they can start doing singles action again.
I
But
don't know. This to me, unfortunately, could be the death knell for their two careers because of how long they've been in the company. And if it doesn't pan out, you know what I mean? Maybe not. I hope I'm over exaggerating, but like, I hope I'm overreacting. But like, I hate this. And it's funny because I enjoyed it for Ludwig because he's really good at it. But I just
is
really hate that this is where Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne are.
and maybe this is something that's gonna bring energy back to their career once they get out of it.
Hopefully. So after that, so of course El Grande wins. He submits him with the Steiner recliner, which was interesting. Um, After that, we get Kalani Jordan rolling up on Run QCC, and they bicker. Ava Rain wants to talk to Kalani in private, but Kalani insists that she's talking right now. So Ava tells her that whether or not she defends that gold rush isn't her decision. Kalani points out it's not hers. either because she doesn't run TNA, and Tyra May still comes over. They trade jabs, as Ava admits she doesn't run TNA, but she doesn't run an NXT, but she does run NXT, and they book a match between Jordan and Steel. So, okay, little backstage segment. I don't remember that, even though I feel like I was watching at this point.
Yeah, I was expecting Tyra May Steel to be, I guess, a bigger force in the women's division now.
She went to Evolve immediately after LFG.
Yeah, I know. And I thought she was very talented on LFG. But yeah, she's been on Evolve. So I'm hoping, even though, the outcome of this match tonight, I'm hoping this
It was a
is
good match,
them.
though,
It
with
was.
Kalani.
I'm hoping this is the way of in bringing her back to NXT.
Hopefully. So we see after that, Ricky Saints runs into Miles Bourne. Bourne asks him to save a piece of Trick Williams for him next week, and they fist bump and they send us to break. So that's going to be interesting. I wonder why. Not wonder why, but I wonder if that just sets up. Because I feel like the Tricky Rick match, I'm sorry, the Ricky Trick match is probably Trick's swan song, I would feel like, before he goes to the main roster here.
I hope so.
So I don't know. When they did that, I was like, oh no, he's not going up yet.
Unless it's after deadline. He loses deadline.
Could be, and then he goes up for the Rumble.
Yeah. Debuts in Saudi Arabia. No. Yeah.
Yeah, Saudi.
It could be.
So after that, they show AAA the Ethan and Chelsea winning the mixed tag titles from La Hedra and Mr. Iguana package. Then they do the Ricky Saints and Trick Williams satellite interview, which I feel like I did not pay attention to because I don't remember a thing from it.
To be honest,
besides when they like wanted to brawl afterwards or whatever it was.
Yeah, that is what. No, I do remember Ricky Saints told him that he must be wearing delusion as versatile or some shit because he's absolutely like losing his mind. He's delusional. I can't remember how he worded it, but it was clever wordplay.
He says he wears his delusion well and he's done with talking and doesn't want to wait until next week. Basically, what he said.
Yes, it was the way he worded it. That was great. I know I didn't give it any justice, but yes, it led to the brawl backstage.
Yeah, so then it cuts back to them like agreeing to like, okay, yeah, let's get it right now. So we cut back to right as Trick Williams grabs a steel pipe and swings, but Ricky ducks it. And then they brawl onto some scaffolding. Security tries to break it up, but Trick catches him hard with a midsection with the pipe and grabs the title and says, Ricky will see this side of him up close next week. So, and then after that, like all night, they were like, well, Ricky's getting checked out by medical. We'll hopefully have an update soon, which they never did. But
there was no update, not at all.
They said it like 2 different times after that, and then they never updated. Yeah. But
and then
unless I missed it.
I don't think they did. But the quick line from Trick, I do remember he said, "You look like a fan with that title. Why don't you go to WWE shop like everybody else?"
Shop, yeah.
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 So they had good jabs at each other.
So after that, we got Ren Sinclair versus Zarya for the speed tournament, first round match. Typical speed match. Nothing really happened in it. Just a short, about 2.5 minute match, maybe 2 minute match. Zarya getting the win over Kalani with a lateral plus.
And
not Kalani, sorry, with Ren.
Yeah.
Over Ren, not Kalani.
And Soul on the outside. And they're not happy, they're not smiling, they're not excited.
Yeah, that was something I brought up to my community. Like Soul is just like nodding, just like, and Zarya was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna win that title for Soul," like freaking being all fucking pumped up, and then Soul was like,
Yeah. It's odd. I don't know if
can't get along.
Yeah, they can't get along, and maybe if Soul gets cleared, she calls Zarya the title at Gold Rush.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, so we had a backstage segment after this later on that had Soul and Zarya talking to Ava, and basically Ava's like, our Soul was like, yeah, the doctor's saying I'm getting better every day, and I'm hoping to be good by Gold Rush here, and Ava's like, of course, yeah, the doctor said that, but you also need take your time, blah 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 blah. So she's pushing to work. She wants to face Blake at one of the Gold Rush shows. So they're really kind of pushing that she might be ready for it. That would be crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the 18th. I'd say it's the following Tuesday because it's a 2 night event.
Well, I think they're filming that one because that's the week of Thanksgiving,
It
the
is.
25th. So that one would probably be taped, I would assuming that same night, unless they're running it 2 different nights, like at some point to tape. But I feel like it's just gonna be all taped in one night
Well, I know. Well, see, we could probably look it up on Ticketmaster or wherever they're
because
selling
they're
the
doing it for
tickets.
SmackDown that same week.
Yep.
So that the 21st or 22nd, whatever, that Friday they'll be in Denver, and I'm not going. At least I don't plan on to. And they'll tape the next week, which is Thanksgiving, that same night after the live edition. Or probably, actually, they might do it. Well, no, because we're in Colorado, so it might be afterwards. Usually, when they're on the East Coast, they just start it a little bit earlier for the live audience.
But I don't
But
know. I
yeah,
was.
I don't plan on going. I looked up ticket prices and I was like, no, thanks. $100 nosebleeds, I'm good. Plus, on top, of having to get a parking pass, and then for me driving 2 hours to the show. No,
Not
no,
no.
no. So after that, we had Kalani versus Tyra May, and Tyra May looked good in this match. It was a short match. It was probably about maybe 7 minutes tops, 8 minutes tops, but not bad. Not bad. That was probably one of the few. I've only seen like 2 or 3 matches for Tyra May, but this was definitely a really good match for her.
It was. I thought she looked good in the match with Tavion when we seen her a couple months back.
Yeah, the
Even
mixed
on
gender
LF,
tag.
even on LFG, I watched like majority of the first season. She was very impressive there. And I thought when she won, she would be kind of like Jasper Troy and be a real dominant use in the women's division. Of course, like we said, she went to Evolve. Maybe that was to help boost just a little bit, work on getting a few things settled in. But
Yep,
this match was good for her, and the only
very.
way Kalani could win was I think she jumped over and then just slammed her head right into the turnbuckle and then hit the split leg moonsault. So it was
Yep,
like it was quick motion to win it.
yep. So obviously Kalani is now going to be defending the knockout title. So after this, we had a Santino Marella show up on the Titantron. So I hear Kalani is not talking about defending the title at Gold Rush, but she will be defending the title in a triple threat match against Lei Ying Lee and Jordan Grace. And of course, he said it with his like where he messes up the Jordan Grass or
Cody
whatever he said,
Grass,
Grasse,
yeah,
and
it's own
then
shit.
lying or however he says it, lying Lee or
Lying
something. It
Lee,
sounds like he's just saying lying.
yeah.
Anyways, so that's gonna go down. That should be really fun during Gold Rush for the TNA Knockouts title. And then after that is when we got that Soul segment we talked about where she wants to face Blake at Gold Rush. Um, After that, we do see Fatal Influence roll up JC Jane asks for her rematch at Gold Rush, and the two teams of women just start bickering. Ava excuses herself to go talk to the other general managers about who from NXT is going to be in the John Cena tournament, which we ended up not finding out tonight, which I was hoping we would.
Who do
So,
you
I don't
want
know,
to
just
see?
the ones that make the most sense. So, I mean, I don't even know. So, like, right now, we only know 2 from Raw and SmackDown, which is 4 out of the 16. My guess is we're going to get 4 from Raw and SmackDown and NXT, and then we'd have possible 4 from, like, a TNA, AAA, NOAH type thing. I feel like it'd just be TNA and AAA more than anything. So my guess on the 4, my guess NXT talent would be Oba, Trick, Javon, and either Ricky or Ethan, but I'd say Ricky. Or you could even shuffle out Javon for Ethan, but I feel like it's gonna be Javon, Oba, and Trick for sure.
Javon Obertrick, and I was thinking Don.
Tony D. I keep forgetting about Tony D. I would be fine with Tony D in that, honestly.
Because, Tony D kind of had his farewell match when him, Stacks, and Cusafino broke up the family. And then we seen him eating at the restaurant, and the shadow,
Big dude disappear.
shadow just engulfed him, and seen him since.
So yeah, those are my 4 picks, and then the other 4 could be like you could just pick your pick from TNA. You could do like 2 from TNA, 2 from AAA, or even just 1 from AAA and 3 from TNA.
I would be fine
Joe
with
Henry for sure would make the most sense too, since he's always advocating to be part of John Cena's last matches.
Joe Henry's occupied. Talk about here in a few.
Well, I still think he could be a part of it, but yeah, we'll see. So then we go to our last match of the night, but that's not our last bit of the show, which is Javon Evans and Saquon Sugars. I think I just held this match up to a higher standard after their DPW match, but this one did not connect with me.
I did not see the DPW match.
Oh, dude, that's what got them signed by the Fed.
Okay. I didn't even know they had a match. I missed that.
They got signed like not long after that match. Both of them. They signed. They talked about it on commentary during the match. They signed on the same day to the company.
Wow. How did I miss
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. No, their DPW match was sex.
Yeah.
It was poetry in motion, if you will. It was great. So, anyways, I think I just held it to a higher standard, and then this match was okay.
Yeah, I was expecting this match to be a lot more than what it was. Just not even, of course, knowing they had a history before this match. It was, in my opinion, Shaquan Sugars looked better overall in this match than Javon did. Javon
I
hit his
respectfully disagree.
Javon hit his spots, that we normally see, but I feel like majority of this match was Shaquan Sugars until the end.
I feel like Saquon was great at selling for Javon. I felt like it was the opposite in my head. I thought Javon was the star in this match, and Saquon made him look even better.
I feel like Javon sold good. And so, yeah, maybe
one of us didn't pay attention. I'm just kidding.
there was several
I don't know.
backbreakers throughout this match. I know that
This
for
match
sure.
though, I thought it could have been better. And then, of course, what I thought funny was that they had, of course, the Dark State get involved, but they literally had Javon get out of the way of every single one of them. Like they pulled him out of the ring, so Osiris pulls him out of the ring, and then he goes to hit him. Javon gets out of the way and like runs around the other side of the ring. Cutler James, or no, then it goes to fuck, who is it? So it's Cutler.
Cutler was first. Then
No, it's because
Dion.
Osiris pulled him out. I thought because Cutler tried to jump on him and he hit the table, and then that's when he went back in the ring.
Yeah, no, so he threw Cutler into the steps, and then Osiris runs at him, spears the barricade. Dion jumps and hits the corner of the table.
Dion,
and then he gets
I thought
back.
it was Cutler that hit the corner, but I think you're probably right.
Who didn't pay attention now?
Your fucking butt. No, okay, it says, hold on. Now, see, now we're gonna verify this, cross-check this.
Yeah.
Dion Lennox pulls Saquon out for a pep talk. Javon wipes him out with a dive. Springboard backs inside lariat. Neutralizer not enough. Slam from Sugar. Springboard. Blah blah blah. Okay, Osiris pulls him out to the out of the cover. Javon ducks and dodges, getting the better Dark State member by member. Dion Lennox gets thrown into the announce desk. Evans returns to the ring. Okay, so this isn't even.
It just says the last one. It doesn't even give the whole rundown.
Well, okay. So, anyways, you were right about the Dion part, so that's all that mattered. Point being, Dark State looks like pussies, even though they're tag champs and they got outsmarted by Javon.
Well, if you listen to Booker T, they're talking about it in every bar they go into. They're celebrating every night. They're the tag champs and they beat the Hardys.
So it's supposed to be that they're overlooking everyone now? That's even worse.
How Booker T sold it.
Oh, man. So after that, we have a backstage segment with Blake Monroe chatting to Ava Rain about Gold Rush. She's saying that Rain tells her... I forget exactly what Blake says. It doesn't say here, but she was like, oh, I was thinking we could make this glamorous defense.
Glamorous, yeah.
And then Ava's like, oh, if Soul's cleared, she'll get her rematch at Gold Rush. And Blake goes, ugh. Oh, yeah, I guess it's up to medical. So Blake gets the phone call and says her better half wants to do an interview next week. So who's the better half?
Who is the better half? She didn't have a better half before that I remember.
I don't know. It could be.
I
really don't know.
Unless it's someone new that's going to be signed that they've kept under wraps. Have they filed for any trademarks that you've seen?
Better half wants an interview next week. Yeah, there was one filed today, but I don't remember what it was for. Let me see.
Yeah, because I mean,
okay. So it was the Skylar Ray, but that was revealed today in the speed bracket to be that one chick from LFG.
Oh, okay. Yep.
The season 2 winner. So yeah, no, I have no idea who her better half is gonna be though.
I have no idea. Unless she's gonna get a manager.
I have no clue. Maybe she'll get her own loser.
Maybe. If
That'd be
it's
hilarious.
if it's almost identical to the Luther gimmick,
That'd be funny as
it
fuck.
it would be. We ain't seen Luther
Uh,
in forever. I know
no,
it's not
I
gonna
think since
be him. I don't think he's out of
Tony
contract.
lost, I think, or not even before that. Yeah, I don't know.
He
He was
wasn't
at
there.
All In. I don't remember what happened to him.
I think he got hurt, honestly. I think he
I
did
have
take a
no
bump.
idea.
I don't know.
So after that is when we had that backstage with Tatum, where she was having the meltdown about losing the trios match. Easy tells her that she can keep making a rational decision, and she's worked so hard to become champ. If she doesn't start thinking before she acts, she's gonna lose the belt. She cares and she wants the title and the calling for a long time. Tatum promises to be a lot more selective from here on out, but there's one more thing she needs to do to feel satisfied. Just one more thing, and that's when she disappeared, and we don't know what that is yet.
I
So
think
after
she's
that, we got. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I think she's gonna give Lyra a title shot.
I'm fine with that, but
I think I mean I don't know what else you'd want to do. Feel I guess
I feel like it's gonna
that's
end up being something stupid like a doll or something.
she's gonna get a bowling doll set. I don't know. Maybe not.
After this, we get the celebration with Chelsea and Ethan. They just celebrate that they won the title. They have like this little wooden cake that's obviously a wooden painted cake behind them. They have pinatas, Canada flags all over everything. Um, but yeah, they just kind of gloat for a while. Just talking about being the most iconic duo in the WWE and stuff like that. Eventually, Chelsea's trying to start saying like, well, unless he's he's trying to basically saying Joe Henry's name, but he's like, don't say it.
That's
And then they're like, they forget their little sticks to break the pinata, and they're like, okay, wait, say it now because they think he's in the cake. And they say it. The music plays, but he's on the stage. So he comes out and basically just says that he wants to basically get a title shot. They just go back and forth. I basically forgot what he said. Sorry. He says sometimes the straightforward approach is the best way. They took his advice the wrong way and forgot what real talent looks like. All Eagle tells him to do is cut the chase and just say he wants what he wants. So he just says he wants the AAA Mega Title match. So it's gonna be him, and if you say her name, she will appear. And it was Thea Hale, because of course last few weeks she's been
yep.
doing stuff with him and helping him out. So she was wearing the blue button up and the white pants, and of course they came up, and it was her own theme though.
It
Say her
was.
name, and she appears. I believe in Thea, and so it had her own spin on it. And she came out of the cake, and of course it led to like pie. She had two pies, so she pied both Chelsea and Ethan. And eventually, Joe gets in the ring, and they have another pie, and they pie Ethan again. And yeah, so that's setting up for Gold Rush, the Triple A mixed gender tag title match. Thea and Joe versus uh fucking Chelsea and Ethan. Forgot their names.
I'm okay with it. I'm just glad they got something for Thea right now. But like it
Yeah, she hasn't been
was
doing shit. And I was worried because like, did Riley Osborne get released? I don't even remember. I think he did.
Riley got
Riley,
released.
Duke,
All
and
of them.
yeah, except for Thea and Andre. And then Ridge, of course. He was part
Yeah.
of it for a short period.
I don't understand. Like Thea, I thought had great potential outside of Chase U.
Well, we're hopefully gonna see it now.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
So pretty solid NXT, but I'd give it a 3 out of 5. Nothing like bad.
Yeah. Okay. Think. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I think they could have added was more, I guess, for the um North American title, but I guess we'll figure that out. It gives suspicion of what she could.
Yeah, they give us the cliffhanger of her better half interview next week, and obviously that's still another week before even Gold Rush begins. So still building to it. Yeah, so solid NXT, nothing too crazy. I thought. Monday Night Raw last night, very good show. Very good show.
Ton of
And we start off.
surprises.
Yeah, there was a lot that happened last night overall. Obviously coming off Saturday night's main event, you have the new world champion and CM Punk. So that immediately is what we started off with CM Punk came out. He gets on the mic, he's got the "You Deserve It" chance, but he tells them that I'm gonna give you guys the difference between earned and deserved, which he never even got into. But he's basically saying he earned it, not deserved it. thanks, of course, people. He starts thanking AJ Lee. Thanks the fans. And then he also wanted to thank main event Jey Uso for the tough match, saying that I hope that we can still be friends going forward, but if not, he won't cry about it because he's here to make money, not friends, and to win championships. So he just says also he's happy that Seth wasn't there to ruin the moment. He was obviously out injured. But yeah, so eventually this leads to him just basically saying, and then he also does the mock Seth. I forgot he did the windmill with the belt and mocking Seth's title celebration.
Mocked him there, and then he said if he ever got back in his way, he'd put him back on the shelf. Was another way, in my opinion.
He goes on to saying that for 2 years, he was a king without a crown, and this is validation. And the crown is going to put a target on him front and back. And every Monday, if he doesn't get his boots on as tight as he can, and says who he and if he's not who he says he is on any given day, then he could lose the title. He brings up Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, how they're in the wings wanting a title shot. He even says if people like AJ Styles want a match. He says even if he's guys like Finn Balor, he even goes with guys like JD McDonough on their best day and I'm on my worst day. JD McDonough could take the title off of me. Sheamus, if you want to have a banger, I'm your Huckleberry. He even says John Cena, I know you don't have much time left, but if you want to try to become a number 18 world heavyweight champion, I'm right here waiting for you. So he wants to be a defending champion, which is great because we love to see it. And then enter the first person who wants a shot. Everyone's favorite YouTuber, Logan Paul. Massive boos in New Mexico to Logan on this. I was the last person I even thought would come out was him. He came out and he just was like, oh, I've had matches with Roman and Cody and blah, blah, blah. If anyone deserves a shot, it's me.
I really liked how Punk, as Logan's coming to the ring, was no, stop, no, I didn't mean you. No, I take it back. Like he was even like you could see the regret in saying, if anyone wants some, come get some, because he did the whole John Cena thing as well. He said the champ is here.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's just.
But yeah, so Logan wanted a title shot, but eventually it leads to Paul Heyman and the Bronze coming out. Paul, of course, gets on the mic, and he rips into Logan to start, too. He says, he does the introductory shtick and stuff, but he says he sees a bitch without an owner, and that's from Mr. YouTube, front of the line, Paul's ass. That belongs to the man that pinned Roman Reigns, the tribal thief, Bronson Reed. I fucking loved that when he said that. I popped so hard when he was calling out Logan during this.
Yeah, because Logan hasn't really had to go up against. He's went up against people in the ring, but on the mic, I feel like in every match he's been kind of carried mic style. So this time he was by himself, and Paul Heyman did not hold back.
Yeah, there was a point too where after all this, like he talked about Punk's 432 days short of his title reign with Paul Heyman in his corner. There was like after Paul stopped talking, like there's like a dead silence, and Paul said, "Your move" or something like that. Seemed like someone forgot something or where they were in their promo.
Yeah, because the energy from the crowd, and even after Logan came out and then Paul started, I think everything was just it was on a roller coaster and it was on a high, and then they're just all like they were feeding off the energy, just got exactly where they were at.
Yeah, so then that's when Braun Breaker got on the mic. He says the reality is that everybody got 2 weeks to live while they waited for the new champion to be crowned, but the dog isn't waiting anymore. He's coming for what is his, and there's nothing in his way but a man keeping his title warm and some dumbass YouTuber who think he's tough. He says both get out of the ring or get whooped like dogs, because this is leading up to the I forgot what match it was. I'll say here in a second. Oh no, it led to a different match. I'm sorry. He tells them both to get out of the ring. Punk tells Paul he could either fight with him or get the hell out of his ring, and Logan decides to leave. And he tries to go, but he like stops because Bronson Reed's in his way. He like walks in front of him. He's like, oh, "Okay, I'll go this way." And he tries to go around him, and then there's Braun Breaker, and then Braun's like, or Logan goes, "I'm just gonna go that way." And then Braun's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool," and just shoves him fucking hard, and his head hits the fucking LED fucking apron and everything, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" He grabs his head right away. I was like, "Oh shit, concussion protocol." But he seemed fine. So of course, they go in the ring and they start brawling down with Punk, and Logan eventually gets up and he's like in the aisle. He's like looking back. He's like, "Damn, do I help him?" And eventually he does. Surprisingly, helps CM Punk. Runs off. I don't know if they ran him off. Hold on here. Yeah. So then he tries to help them. They beat him down, but then Punk gets the chair in his hand and runs the Vision off with it.
Yeah, I would.
That's why. So he saved Logan.
The whole best part of this is, well, Reed hits a tsunami on Logan Paul. Like, he got tsunami.
No, he murdered him. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was rough. I think it was worse than what Roman got the way it looked. But yeah, Punk did save him with the chair in this one.
So after that, we have the Judgment Day, Raquel and Roxanne versus Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer. And this crowd again was very, very hot for Nikki and Stephanie. And this was actually a really good tag match too, honestly. Like, this was really good. I enjoyed this match. I think Nikki had a great match last week with Roxanne and another one basically here in the tag match. But in the end, Roxanne again with the pop rocks on Nikki Bella, which leads to the win, which surprised me. I thought we'd see Stephanie and Nikki win here.
I didn't think. Well, I can understand them building up Raquel and Roxanne in a tag team, but you beat Nikki now twice, back to back, Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And I think Roxanne pinned her twice. Pinned her last week. Well, didn't she get the pin this week? So, dude, they're putting momentum on.
Though it was technically both times Roxanne got help. So, like, it was led to, so Nikki went for, like, a roll-up type pin, and then Roxanne kicked out, which launched her into the ropes.
Yeah, the right hand Raquel, yep.
And then it led to pop rocks, 1, 2, 3. But it's a tag match, so I don't feel like that's as much cheating.
No, it's tag team help. But I think it's great what they're doing right now with the Judgment, at least the women's side of the Judgment Day. I think they're really pushing them both. And of course, after this, we got the stare down and the match set up.
That's Raquel and Stephanie, and which led to them later announcing it official for next Monday.
I'm really looking forward to that one Monday.
Yeah, that should be really good. I'm excited for that. The Judgment Day got the win there, so we get a video package after that about the tournament again for John Cena that they aired on Saturday. But then we see CM Punk runs into Jey Uso backstage finally after their match, of course. That was their first interaction since the match on Saturday. Jey says he's been all over the place. Something's telling that his heart to help out Punk. And Punk says, I don't know if I can even trust you, if he's talking to Jey Uso or Little Roman. And of course, Jey goes, I'm main event Jey Uso, and he knows people are going to come after Punk's ass, and he wants to help him body this Vision problem tonight. And so he says, well, let me go get my gear on. And so they're going to a tag match. Classic Vision in the main event.
Oh, yeah. Vision will, if they're on the show, they're in the main event. They'll start the show and main event some way.
So they did a good job leading up, because there's another backstage stuff before this match, but they did a good job at making me question Jey Uso before this match. And here I kind of trusted him, but
yeah,
the
second,
we'll get into it, of course.
The second segment for sure.
So we are lucky this week because, as we did today, we got another El Grande Americano match yesterday. This time it was against Penta, and it ended exactly how you would think it would, with Penta winning. Not El Grande, not even with the Americanos ringside. But they got tossed out, which led to Penta getting the win over the Speed Champion. So why isn't he getting a Speed title? I'm just kidding. But I don't remember much about the match. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I know. So Bravo, now we have actually figured out he has 5 R's in his name, thanks to Wade Barrett on commentary tonight, Monday nights. That was a big focal point for him for some reason throughout the match. I don't know why. But he distracted the ref, so other one, I think Ryo could attack Penta, got caught, sent to the back. Then Ryo gets caught doing something, but he handed Grande that metal plate.
Yeah.
He goes for the diving headbutt. Penta hits him with a super kick right on the metal plate, which I think was great because, of course, he's always used that to cheat, and now it's backfired. And then he gets hit with the Mexican Destroyer for the pinfall.
So yeah, I remember the ending more than anything when you brought up the metal plate.
Yeah. So my thing is though with Penta at this point, this is his first win in what 2 or 3 weeks, maybe.
I have no idea off the top of my head.
Lost at Saturday Night's Main Event. He lost to Dom by
It's been a while.
DQ. Yeah, like unless, like we said, him and Ray Phoenix somehow get back in a tag team. If that's not what we're doing, where are we going with Penta now? Is he one of those that's was going to be a big buy-in that's going to be wasted?
Send in Phoenix. I'm telling you, that's where he needs to go. Tag division with Ray. Is his brother, man.
I mean, they even talk about it on SmackDown. Like, Ray Phoenix will be having a match and his brother Penta on Raw, like, cool. Why the hell are they not on the same brand right now? Why are they not
It
doing
has to happen at this point. I thought it would happen by summer, and here we are, and it's fall and nothing.
I don't know. Maybe WrestleMania, they will see them in a ladder match against somebody. That'll what starts. I don't know.
So after the match, Los Americanos try to attack Penta, but he's able to duck and dodge and dive and weave and scooch away for free. So he got out of there. And then we get a Kabuki Warriors promo about how last week was just a small fraction of their power and that Asuka is the true legend of the division. And they'll keep tearing the division apart until they get their tag title match. And further, Asuka hasn't forgotten about Bayley. And she should be glad that they let her walk away last week. But the kindness of the Empress will not last forever. That's rude. Because Bayley's nice.
Yeah. Depends on which Bayley we're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, she was a little odd yesterday too, so.
What? She was a little off. I don't know. We're seeing more damage control Bayley or Ding Dong Bayley. I don't.
So after that, we come back from commercial break. Dominic Mysterio, the Intercontinental Champion, comes out. Crowd starts cheering him. They're doing the Dirty Dom chants. He says Saturday proved that he's without the doubt the greatest WWE Men's Intercontinental Champion, the greatest Mega Champion, and the greatest luchador of all time. And there's no man on the planet that can stop him. Enter the return of his father, Rey Mysterio. Great pop in New Mexico. Again, the crowd was hot all fucking night. Ray says Dominic wasn't expecting him, and every time that he says that he's the greatest luchador, he's disrespecting his family and his blood. He says, "What about Al Santo, Blue Demon, and Eddie Guerrero?" Which the whole crowd popped huge for.
Oh my god, yes.
Big Eddie chants. Ray asks Dom if he thinks he's better than him, and this is the line of the night where Dom says, "Keep my father's name out of your mouth."
It was great.
Oh, but he goes, "Yes, I am better than all of them." So Ray eventually goes, "Yeah, you're not, whatever. You think you're better than all of them, whatever." He goes, "But I know there's one that you're not better than." And he says, "And that's Rey Mysterio. He's not gonna let you stand here and disrespect Lucha Libre." And Dominic asks, "Or what?" And he says he's already jealous that he stole his mustache because Ray grew his mustache back instead of having just the beard. The crowd then went chanting, "Whoop his ass." Dom says Ray's just here to cash in because he made the Mysterio name relevant. And then Ray flashed his fucking Hall of Fame ring right as he said that, which was great. And then Dom goes on to say, not only that, but he's already surpassed everything he's already done in every way, shape, and form. What does he have to do? Kick his ass again? Better listen to the king and get out of his ring. Ray thinks about it for a second, and he said he's going to leave, but before he does, Dom needs to understand 3 things. As long as he's around, he'll never be the king of the luchadors, and as long as he's around, this will never be his ring. And as long as he's around, he'll never be the greatest Mysterio. So Dom throws a punch at him, leads to Ray eventually getting him set up for the 619, connects with the 619, goes up for a splash, but Dom rolls out of the ring. So this whole segment was great. So happy to see Ray back, first and foremost.
Yeah. I know he'd been injured since WrestleMania, so of course glad to see him back. I know he'd been doing a lot in AAA for a while. Only thing here with this segment was fucking fantastic. Like you said, the crowd was there for the whole show. This was probably one of the bigger pops of the night, I would say, this whole segment. But my question is, are we going to see Dom retire his dad at this point now? Or are we going to see Ray be the one to take this Intercontinental off
so
of him?
many retirements going on right now. We're just going to add another with Ray?
I think that's what we're going to get. Either that or Ray takes the Intercontinental, which will push Dom towards the only thing he has done that his dad has, be a world champ.
I think it could lead to a mask versus hair match.
A mask versus mustache and hair match.
I mean, just hair. You could just say hair and shave it all. But um, yeah, I definitely think we're getting mask versus hair, and it could happen at Mania, or even maybe Rumble. Who knows? But
Can't demask Ray again.
I don't think he loses. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's gonna be Dom that loses.
I can
We'll
see.
get it shaved. We'll get Kurt angled.
Could you imagine Liv joins Ray because Dom's been got about it with
That'd be cool.
Raquel?
Helps him beat Ray again on her return. That'd be wicked.
Because he's been with Raquel and Roxanne, or Roxanne basically. Got about her. Kinda kinda
He really
bridge
didn't though.
kinda
Like
bridge
even like
off
last night when there was a segment we'll talk about soon, but the Judgment Day Treehouse or whatever you want to call it, backstage, whatever. They had all the lift stuff set up.
I mean, yeah, but like you don't talk. Remember because when she first got injured, for a little while he would still talk about.
Yeah, but I don't think that means he forgot her.
I still feel like they're gonna try to pull that whole thing like they did with yeah.
We'll talk about that more here in a moment because they do kind of do stuff with that. So after that, we have Lyra and Bailey backstage. Bailey says, well, Lyra walks up on her and she's like, "Are you good? Like, what's going on?" Because like Bailey's kind of like pacing. Anyway, she says it's not about losing; it's about what happened after the Kabuki Warriors. Lyra asks if it's the mind games, but Bailey wants to focus on the match. Lyra says, "Okay, as long as you can count on her." But Bailey says she can, and they're good. They do a fancy handshake, but Bailey didn't seem good backstage there.
It didn't seem good there, and then of course, like we talked about a little bit in the match too, we noticed it.
Yeah. So Becky Lynch, she came out through the crowd, and we haven't seen her in a few weeks. Comes out through the crowd, she stands on top of the announcement desk, and she says the man has come back around and has like a lot to get off her chest. She says that she's been through a lot the past few weeks. Her hot husband stuck at home, the vision had ruined everything, and she's been saddled with a crooked referee, hell bent on holding her down. And Adam Pearce sends her home to cool down. She's the definition of cool. I laughed at that line. Uh, she taunts the crowd that the only thing that came out of New Mexico is a show about how much meth they do. Which, by the way, I fucking love Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Fantastic show. So great shout out there on that line, Becky Lynch. Um, yeah. So anyway, she goes on to say Maxine Dupree isn't cool, but she's lucky because she got to step in the ring with her and live to tell about it, and now she won't shut up about it. She blames the fans for making Maxine feel like she belongs, and you need to be good more than lucky. She just goes on about the whole "I'm the greatest female," blah blah blah. Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report. Um, but yeah, so she just kind of goes off saying that it won't make a difference who matter who you train with. One wrong move and it'll be your last opportunity of Maxine's career.
Yeah.
Is what she ended with.
So I think she keeps talking about the crooked ref. Of course,
Yeah.
know,
Or she got counted out.
yeah, Jessica Carr is doing like wrestling now on Evolve.
Yeah. Or she has. I don't know
Yeah,
how often, but
yeah. But are we potentially gonna see like her attack Jessica Carr at some point and then have like an awkward match where Jessica Carr kind of shows off some of her in-ring skills?
I would be all for that. That's a different storyline. We haven't seen a ref versus wrestler storyline in a minute. And if it's told well, I'd be all for it.
Because like even when they're in the ring together and she's having matches, they are still kind of going at it about everything. And now she continues to bring it up. That would be interesting to see.
It would be for sure. So after that, we have Bailey and Lyra versus the Kabuki Warriors. This was a fantastic fucking tag match, by the way. This match was so fucking good. Of course, Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi continue just to impress this year. The whole EO too, like they've all been great. But the ending of the match is where it really picked up. Of course, when it came back from the commercial, Bailey hits the Thez press. Middle top rope stunner, knee trembler, diving elbow drop, Bailey to belly, double kick outs because she went for pins back to back after that. or like one before the Bailey to Belly and then one after that. So no on that. Back and forth. After that, Lyra finally hits a diving leg drop on Kyrie. That's not worth 3. Fuck, man. They did. It was so close. They just so many near falls in this match. There's more, by the way.
Yeah, the ending of the match was wide open, and it had a slow build throughout the match. But one of my thing was Asuka for majority of the match refused almost to do anything in ring or outside against Bailey. And then you kind of seen Bailey hesitate as well right before it went to commercial break. When the Kabuki Warriors were beating Lyra, they got on the announce table. She kind of hesitated there as well.
Yeah. So eventually, of course, we saw the Kabuki Warriors get the win. It was a crazy ending. So there was a backbreaker elbow combination from Bailey and Lyra, but Oscar saved it, broke up the pin. Lyra gets her with a wrecking ball drop kick. Kairi Sane rolled up Bailey for a 2. Oscar then with the schoolboy for 2. Lyra hits the springboard and gets caught though in the Oscar lock, which was really cool. And she ends up tapping. Bailey wasn't able to get in to save her.
Yeah.
Afterwards, of course, they continue to try to beat down Bailey and Lyra, but the tag champs, the Bliss and Charlotte, come out and make the save.
Yeah. I obviously they're gonna do the tag team title match. I guess next Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was a great match between the 4. I was
Very good match.
very impressed throughout the whole match. There wasn't a moment that I wasn't paying attention to this one.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it did lead to them announcing the tag titles on the line next Monday between Kabuki Warriors and Charlotte and Alexa. So that should be really good.
It will be. I don't think they will drop the tag titles to them, but I think this is the one that sets the record for the most defenses. I think it was either this one or maybe the next one because Charlotte
I
mentioned
think
it a
it's
couple
coming
weeks
up.
back.
Yeah, it's coming
They
up.
were
Yeah.
right there at it. So that's another great thing for them.
After that, we get a recap of Sheamus losing to JD McDonough, and then it cuts to Raquel and Roxanne celebrating in the Judgment Day's clubhouse. And they're also celebrating that Raquel got her title match against Stephanie. They announce it to Finn and JD, and they're all celebrating until Dom walks in, and he's in a bad mood because his dad paid attention to him, is what it says here, which is funny. Complaining about the other fellas not being there for him, and Finn tells him what if he wanted them there, he should have invited them instead of insisting on having the spotlight to himself. And now that they have to go win their tag titles back. Balor also even said it was his fault why they lost the tag titles because basically Dom was like, well, how come they're not defending? So it led to them defending and losing. So Dom's all upset about it. Raquel and them they all leave, and then Dom sits down, and Roxanne, this bitch, sits next to him and is like, "You should just go out ringside and try to help tonight and be there for your team." Yeah, fuck off, Roxanne. He has other problems to deal with. Get out of his fucking. He has a woman. Anyways, I have my Liv shirt on right now.
Yeah, but that's what I was talking about. Like, I feel like they went away from it for a while. It really wasn't brought up because before, Raquel would be like, "Well, she's in recovery. She's therapy. She's doing good, And now for the last couple months, it ain't been nothing. Roxanne really hasn't been, trying to be all sweet to Dom, and then here we are again. It's like we see it the past couple weeks, so maybe she's closer to coming back, and they're gonna try to use that as a pivot point when she does. That's why she goes with Ray. That's why I had that idea. I don't know if it'll happen, but she goes with Ray because the Judgment Day forgot about her, and she helps.
No,
You're not for it at all.
no, not
No.
at all.
So
No.
she's just gonna come back to the Judgment Day, and her and Roxanne are gonna hug. I'm glad you
Judgment
kept
Day
the
is gonna be
secret.
splitting. Judgment Day is gonna be splitting, and her and Dom are gonna go do their own thing.
Liv and Dom.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean that would work.
Roxanne's gonna be like, I tried to get in his dick, but I couldn't. Sorry, that was a little too far. So after that whole interaction, not the whole dick part, but anyways, we go back. We get AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus
God.
Judgment Day for the World Tag Titles. this was also a really good match, a good rematch here. Um, we do have Dom eventually come out during the commercial break, which also I just forget to say Finn told him to keep the shillelagh safe. He took the shillelagh and he gave it to Finn, or took it from Sheamus and gave it to Dom, not Finn. So of course that meant we were gonna get Sheamus in this match because why not? So of course Dom tries to get involved in this match. Eventually leads to Sheamus getting involved. And Dom tries to help them win, but he gets taken out. And yeah, so Judgment Day lose. AJ Lee still tag champs.
God, that was the best
But a
decision.
very good match. But a
Like,
very good match.
so when they first started the entrance for this match, did you notice when AJ came out, then Dragon Lee came out, maybe the other way around, but there was a ton of pyros sitting there on the floor. It looked like.
No, I didn't notice.
So they were right there beside him, and I was like, they didn't get pyros on their entrance. I was like, if Judgment Day don't get pyros, are they really gonna put the tag titles back on them? And there was no pyros either way. But if you go back and watch it, they're there because when Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, there's nothing there on the floor. So I wonder if there was like a miscue in the pyros for one of the entrances. Yes.
What was their pyro for the main event?
Oh, there was no pyro for the main. They wasn't even there on the floor. I was confused about it because I was like, "Oh
No idea.
shit, we're gonna put the tag titles right back on Judgment Day."
So after that match, we do see Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer backstage. Vaquer tells Nikki that Raquel Rodriguez doesn't know what's coming, and it's fine about the match because Nikki was apologizing for the loss. Nikki says she came back and thought she could hang, but she's so rusty and making mistakes and doesn't know why she's here. Stephanie reminds her that she's Nikki and she helped build the women's division. And Nikki's like, "Thank you, I needed to hear that." And she'll cheer her on next week against Roxanne or Raquel. So she'll obviously be there to help even the odds.
Yeah, because of course I feel like Roxanne will find a way to try to help Raquel win the title, and that's what Nikki.
So after that, we had Paul Heyman goes up to Jey Uso, who's working out, getting ready for the tag match coming up. Heyman said he's confused why that he teamed with the man he lost the belt to, and Uso says Punk faced him man to man, fair and square. Paul says that not what Roman Reigns would, and Jey cuts him off immediately. Says he doesn't care about anything but what Jey would do. And Heyman says that he asked the Bronze to wait, but now the leashes are off, and that someone doesn't conform to the vision, they get smacked at the door. So, he also goes and say it's not like the old days with the chance after chance. Now they get their asses handed to them at the door, and he likes that. And he just wished him good luck in the tag match.
Yeah,
And Jey obviously just sat there and looked confused or stood there.
Nodded and gave that look like, yeah, maybe I should just conform and join. And I really thought,
But could we trust Jey?
I really think Jay's on the fence still at this point.
He definitely is. We saw after the match. Well, we'll get into that. So after that, we came back from commercial. They go over the John Cena thing again. And then we finally get revealed that it's Damian Priest versus Rusev and Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the first two matches. And that's next Monday. And this Friday, we'll find out 4 more participants and 2 more matches on the SmackDown side. Well, it's a mixture of SmackDown and Raw, tell them. But yeah, that's how they're announcing them.
I'm really excited for these first matches.
Yeah, Rusev and Damian, I'm really excited for. Shinsuke and Sheamus, I think should be okay. I don't know. I'm not really too hyped as much as I am for Rusev and Damian.
My only thing, I know there are feuds going on outside of this tournament. These matches have to end. You can't have Alistair and Selena Vega coming in and attacking.
They will, though. They
Priest. I know, but that's going to. I'm gonna say fuck it up, but I'm like,
you could even have the Judgment Day get involved in the Sheamus Shinsuke match too.
Yeah, and then
because he got involved in their match.
And then that's gonna have Rusev and Shinsuke on that first side. Huh. So I don't know. I feel like they should just all feuds are just held for these matches, and afterwards we'll just continue where we was at. But I feel like they need to be fair matches all the way through.
I agree, but I don't think that's what happens, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, we know how it works, but that's how it should go.
So main event, Braun and Braun versus CM Punk and main event Jay. This was a typical Vision tag
Yep.
match, but it ended with the typical Vision bullshit. This was a double count out, um, which the crowd heavily booed. And it led to, of course, the Vision continuing to beat down Punk and Jay. They fucking yeeted them both over the announce desk, dumped over the Prime station, fucking. Eventually, CM tells Jay to go up, and Braun Breaker comes around screaming, hits the spear out of his boots. Punk comes over, and Bronson freight trains him into the timekeeper's barricade. Then they put Jason in the ring alone. They go up for the tsunami after the spear. And of course, CM Punk comes in with the steel chair, knocking down Bronson. But then Logan Paul also shows up and makes the save. He's got Brass Knuckles standing next to CM Punk with the chair. But he hits CM Punk with the Brass Knuckles, and he hands the Brass Knuckles over to Paul Heyman. And he just stares at Paul the whole time. And the crowd chants "Fuck you, Logan," shit like that.
Yeah, Paul here also said the same line we heard him say at the start of the show was your choice, your decision, something like that. And then,
But I'm here.
yeah, Paul basically, Logan gave him the brass knuckles and said, this is, and, I'm yours. Like, I'm part of the Vision now. Here we go.
I'm not for this. I'm totally not here for this.
Oh, well, you thought it was bad before. Don't worry, it's probably gonna get worse. His
Yeah,
brother,
that's my point.
as long as his brother don't join, we'll be all right.
Don't even bring that up. But it's already like you're like this is the last thing that the Vision needed was Logan Paul. Especially after what Paul said to him makes me think that it's not even going to happen. Like it's just going to lead to him getting beat down or something.
Well, I mean, like he told Jay, either you're with us at the door or it's over from there. Like, so at some point they talked backstage and they made the decision, like
Bullshit.
but now you gotta think because I thought the original plan was gonna be Bronson, Breaker, and Theory. So now you're gonna put Bronson, Breaker, Theory, and Logan in the group?
I hope not. But I mean, they're probably just doing this to build a war games. And Logan's a hill. He'll get heat.
Well, of course, the mini poster came out yesterday. It had Reed, Breaker, and Paul on the front of it for War Games, so that's already two. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's obviously that's what it's building. That's in 3.5 weeks or something. So
29th.
yeah, so we still have quite a bit. But yeah, that's definitely what it's leading to. Overall, I get it. I just don't. I don't know. Again, I said last on Saturday, just give us. Don't need war games every year. You could do this as like an elimination just to change it up a bit. It's a very serious top match.
Oh yeah, but they won't go away from it. But maybe eventually we'll get the traditional back. I feel like they like the gimmick of the two cages.
Well, I mean, yeah, I get it. I just me.
Like it was a special thing, I guess, when it originally started. And then NXT brought it back. It just got bigger on NXT. Now then, of course, it transitioned over.
So overall, it was a solid Raw. In ring, great wrestling. I thought they did a good job building, especially getting the heat on the Vision and Logan Paul, of
Oh,
course.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm curious where they're gonna go for the team of Punk and Jay in more games. Like who's gonna, I feel like Roman's gonna be one of them since Jay is obviously there. So will this be a 4v4? Will this be a 5v5? What do you think?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be probably a 5v5.
So Logan, Braun, Theory, and who?
Rock.
Ugh.
Listen.
Talk about an unlikable team. I mean, I like Breaker and Bronson, but my gosh.
Well, here's my thing. Rock's in the WrestleMania video package, so you have to reintroduce him somewhere. You can't just have him. He's not gonna win it. You
Have him get eliminated by Gunther.
and just have him and Gunther in a singles match.
Or have them eliminate each other. Some.
That would work, but I feel like
Gunther eliminates him, Braun comes back in, throws him out, pissed off.
yeah. But I mean, we've already had Paul introduce Brock again that Saturday Night Main Event against Cena.
No, I know. I just don't want him in the match.
Oh yeah, trust me, I understand. But I feel like it's gonna be Punk, Roman, Jay, LA Knight, and somebody else.
I have zero interest in that.
The women, I guarantee it.
I'm sure the match will turn out fine.
The
I'm sure
women's
match
match will be
fine.
great. Guarantee
I'm
it.
more hyped for Blood and Guts.
God,
so hyped for that in 2 weeks.
The card for tomorrow. I don't know if you.
I don't remember it, but I'm sure if I pull it up here, I'll have an idea. So tomorrow we are getting Hangman, Hook, and Kingston versus the Ops, non-title. Queen Aminata versus Megan Bayne in a Blood and Guts advantage match. We are also getting the team of Mercedes and Athena taking on Willow and Harley in the tag title quarterfinal. Advantage match, Darby Allin and Daniel Garcia. Oh, there's multiple advantage matches. So Orange Cassidy and Claudio as well. And that's all I see.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
They're doing 3. So it's best of 3 for the advantage matches. So we'll get 2 for the men's on Dynamite, and 3 would be on Collision if needed. That's how it's worded. Then we get 1 for the women's on Dynamite.
Collision this Saturday too, because there's no. I mean, there's UFC, but it's a card I don't care about. But yeah, so I'll actually be watching Collision for once.
That one, and I'm going to an indie show.
I'm going to one next weekend up in Coral Springs.
So I will not be watching Collision.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so far a good start to the week of wrestling from WWE. So we got AEW tomorrow. Those matches should be really good. I don't know if TNA. I think TNA is finally coming back next Thursday. They've been like doing like recap-ish type shows since
I think it's
a while.
gonna be
They haven't had like normal shows. But yeah, and then Thursday I have the Broncos versus Raiders anyways. So
I got a Thursday night game.
Yeah, versus the Raiders, AFC West battle. So that should be really good. Hopefully we beat their ass. I hate one random thing about Broncos. So obviously we're 7-2. We're like second or third in the AFC right now. We had that big win over Dallas last week, and then or like 2 weeks ago. And then we had the win over Houston.
Yes.
But it was like a close game, another last minute field goal. I hate that we could like destroy a team, not even destroy, but like have such a good game against like Dallas like that, where we like bring in our secondary and all that, our second teamers, and then the next week we go up against Houston, who has kind of a similar record, and we fucking struggle. I mean, obviously injuries happen, but fuck, man, I'm so annoyed by it.
Yeah, I think it was last week, past Sunday too, that y'all had a rough game on offense. Defense kind of held it together.
Yeah, against Houston. Yeah.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah, but Bo Nix, like he didn't. I think he threw for like 160 yards.
I don't even remember. We ended up getting the win at the end, which is what matters. But fuck, man, like we continue to play like this and into the playoffs, because right now we're on, set to be in the playoffs at this rate. We're halfway in the season, but yeah, dude, we're not gonna last if we play like this in the playoffs.
So I was pulling it up. The AFC, right? For y'all's conference, it's the oddest it's been in a while. It's Colts, Patriots, Broncos,
and then Steelers. So we're back in 2015.
Yeah, that's great. And then, everyone loves this. The Chiefs are below the Jaguars.
Yeah, right now the Chiefs are in the hunt in the playoff picture.
They're in 8th, which is great.
And then, they're in the hunt.
Then with Seahawks, we won on Monday, put us in 3rd place. Right, we're right behind the Bucks.
Even though, like, so Seattle used to be in the AFC West years and years ago, like forever ago, and obviously it was before I was even a big fan. But like, of course, you guys beat us at Super Bowl 47 years ago. I'm so glad to see you guys doing bad right now, just because how bad you guys beat us in that Super Bowl.
Well, I was honestly like, this year I thought was going to be our worst year we've had in a while.
Yeah, without Pete Carroll
New
and
head
everything.
coach, just got rid of DK, Tyler Lockett. Of course, we got Sam Darnold, but Darnold,
Yeah, he's looking good.
he's been doing great. Jackson Smith and Jigba's showing out.
Yeah, he's looking great too.
And Charbonnet and Walker kind of finally figured out the run game. And then Lawrence has been a huge help on the defensive front. So I don't know how far we'll get, but I will be surprised if we get to the.
I'll be surprised if you guys make the playoffs.
I mean, we're 6-2 right now.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Just like my team. For now. But all right, man. Tell everyone where they can follow you outside of the podcast.
On Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, Twitter, all the Kraken.
And you can follow me on all the same platforms: Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. I probably mentioned one twice, but Josh Vibes Ups everywhere. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hour and a half, we killed it. I will see you guys. We'll see you guys Friday. We'll be doing another one after SmackDown. So see you guys then. Bye.